Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to continue sculpting with Young Nails Acrylic, some cover Flamingo. Focus more on a rounded edge, more of an almond shaped nail. Okay, so what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to build something that is going to be in that rounded shape. So if I submerge my brush in the powder, and then I drain excess out, what it's going to do is it's going to prevent it from running on the form. So if I go ahead and I set this down, right, then what I'll be able to do with the body of my brush is from the top of the bead, I'm going to walk this all the way up to the corner, right? So again, from the top of the bead, I'm going to walk this all the way to the corner. So once I have it established evenly from side to side, then what I can do is start to use the body of my brush to manipulate the shape, right? So I'm just going to kind of taper this down and bring it to a very, very nice point. Really focusing on trying to keep it even from side to side, as you can see. All right, again, you can see the balance, how I'm working. I keep my hands connected, right? I could use the tip of the brush to manipulate the front end, the side of the brush to manipulate the sidewalls. And again, keeping connected all the way through. That way I have an even structure from side to side. Okay, so once I actually have that structured, then what I can continue with is the overlay. So what we want to be able to do is create an overlay, right, that is going to flow not just through the cuticle area and down over the free edge. We need a consistency that's going to self-level, not just this way, but this way. You can see from the side profile, I'm holding the finger pointed down towards the towel, okay? So for those of you guys that are going to be coming out and working with us, these are things that you're going to be working on, especially fundamental-wise, all right? So I need a consistency that is going to self-level. So you can see my liquid in the side. I'm going to submerge my brush. Again, I don't want to pull too much off either side. I want to submerge my brush and tap, lightly tap. That way when I bounce into the surface, I'm going to get a really nice even bead on one side of my brush. Do you see that? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that again. I'm going to tap that out. I'm going to get in a little bit closer so that you guys can see. Submerge, right? Making sure that I have enough liquid on one side of my brush to pick up a nice even bead from side to side. Let's go ahead, right? So if I see that right there, that's a little bit too dry. So I'm going to submerge, bounce, 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 bounce. I want it to absorb quite fast. There we go. Okay, give it a few seconds before you set it down. And then that way, when you release it, it's going to give you the opportunity to press around the perimeter of the nail and get the bead to move down towards the stress area. So as it starts to run, what we want to be able to do is notice that I'm not just pulling from the sides. I'm literally pulling down and through the front of the bead. And what this is going to do is it's going to establish a beautiful self-leveling nature, right? So it tapers itself on the back end as well as the sides. And what it does is it establishes a beautiful upper arch naturally as I start to brush down through the tip. I'm not brushing from the very back end. You'll notice from the side profile, right? I'm trying to shape it naturally, right? And again, that is all from me being able, right, to get it to a point where it self-levels down to about this point. And then what I do is I pull from the corner through the front end and through the sides while everything starts to basically move by itself from side to side. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to submerge, again, our brush. We're going to get a nice bead. I'm going to dab off a little bit of excess liquid. And then what I want to be able to do is in between, boom, the bead and the free edge where all that negative space is, I'm going to set it down, blend it through, then all that excess that I have here, I'm going to use the side of my brush just to literally just kind of walk it down and over the surface to basically cover all of the negative space that I have naturally created with that free edge that I built out initially. And then again, I'm walking it from side to side, making sure that it's going to be even, trying to distribute some of that acrylic inside the areas that's needed the most. Okay, so once it's established, once it's built out, as you can see, right, everything again is built out. My sidewalls are nice and even, again, from the end of the growth channel all the way out to the end of the form. You can see from the side profile as well. Right? I'm naturally trying to build some shape. If there's areas, again, like if there's areas that might be too flat at certain points, then what you want to be able to do is after you're done completing the cuticle area as well as the free edge, make sure that wherever you're adding product, let's say I have to add it right here, don't just brush it off, right? Kind of feather the back end to blend it around the back, feather the front end, right, to blend the front. And then as it starts to set, then what you can do is use the body of the brush just to kind of walk it from side to side, leaving that excess in place. And then as it starts to dry, you can start to pull it into shape, and then it'll blend and create the thickness, right? Keep the thickness where you need it so that when you file this into shape, it's done. You can see, right? They're both very beautiful colors. This was bubblegum. This is what I sculpted with yesterday. You can see how pretty that pink is. And then again, cover flamingo. Today's focus was, again, I just wanted to get into the sculpting, focus on fundamentals, show you what you have to do to be able to build out your free edges, show you what you have to do to be able to lay down the cuticle area tight with the least amount of effort so that you don't have ledges surrounding the cuticle area, using the bead to fill in negative space on the front end, and then using a blending bead, right, to create upper arch if you need it. I hope this helps. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm always here to help. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you guys. Peace.